Hello and welcome to another insightful half hour on NAFDAC and your health. This is where you get helpful information about how NAFDAC is relentlessly working to safeguard the health of the nation. My name is Tosin Omolaja. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced a lot of restriction on human interactions around the world. And this has had its effect not just on the social space, but also on businesses and indeed economies. In Nigeria, NAFDAC has continued to evolve innovative ways to ensure that regulatory and economic activities tied to its mandate continue unabated despite the challenges posed by COVID-19. And as the country begins to grapple with the new strain of the virus, we explore NAFDAC electronic processes.
It is a modern world, and Nigeria is not separate from global, family, so to say. I can be here and be having meetings with Australia. That is just the way the world is. So we restructured, of course, our IT area and introduced technologies.
Under the leadership of Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, NAFDAC has upgraded its laboratory operations with the use of technology.
All equipment now are being manufactured to be ISO certified, meaning that the ease of accumulating data, the ease of analyzing data, the ease of retrieving data, the ease of securing data are much better now than what it was 15 years because it's now ISO compliant. So our lab is very central, our lab extremely important in order to ensure that quality of whatever we are regulating is maintained.
Before a client or any of our sister directorates brings a product to the laboratory, they submit their manifest electronically. Once we release the manifest, we just log the manifest onto what is called Laboratory Information Management System, LIMS. We save it and sign off, prepare the sample for analysis, you put it in the equipment, you log in all the data on the equipment recognizes it and starts the analysis, and you come back the following morning to come and pick your chromatogram and you get your results. One other significant attribute of this cutting-edge equipment is data integrity.
Beyond digitalizing its internal processes and laboratory activities, NAFDAC has also modernized its registration processes to electronic formats to allow for more people to register their products from the comfort of their homes and/or offices.
A couple of years ago, we started the NAFDAC Automated Product Administration and Monitoring System, which is the NAPAMS, which provides a digital handshake and allows for electronic or e-registration. Being a very innovative application, it's actually the first application of its kind used by a regulatory authority in Africa. It reduces the need for a personal interface, allows for transparency, and allows for monitoring and tracking of applications. So we are moving from a manual or from a previously manual submission, paper submission mode to a digital submission mode to ensure that all applications for registration that come into the agency will be fully digital and allow for us to be more efficient, more transparent, and to make it easier for applicants to get their products to market and for us to process those applications in a timely and transparent fashion. It also has linkages that allow for the handshake with the remitter platform, which allows for payments to be made online and to align with the government policies as relates to payment processing for government transactions.
NAFDAC electronic process also includes submission of samples, although this had been put in place well before the COVID-19 pandemic. It has become even more important now that social distancing is the new normal.
If you opened up an application, you are expected to load up the visual of the product from the different angles so we can actually have PDF uploads of visuals of the product that you want to register. There is a requirement for submissions of samples which go to the lab. We have removed the need for them to come here to submit samples. You can go to any courier company you want, get a weigh bill, you have the NAFDAC address, and we have a permit that would have been sent to you by email to tell you the number of samples to bring. You attach a copy of that and you send it in. You go back on the portal and you provide a copy of the weigh bill as evidence that you have sent in. And so it prompts our system, and then we will be expecting it. It comes in just like any other courier company sends in packages. We will receive it and process accordingly.
Same goes with the inspection. Once GMP inspections are done for products, either in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, the inspection reports are accessible through the electronic format to us in NAPAMs. All those things come together before pronouncement is made on the status of a product.
The MSME sector is critical to the economic growth of the country and is at the heart of NAFDAC operations. The agency goes all out to ensure that this sector is properly integrated into the regulatory pool, ensuring the quality of the output and spurring its growth.
That was what we were doing when again the DG says, what else can we do? And that was why she said, look, the e-registration process, let's make it much easier for them. All we just need to do is that if we introduce the e-process to this sector, we maybe teach them how to fill their forms online and carry out the registration process. Then there's going to be less contact with man. And on that e-platform, there's actually a messenger there. If you're filling the form and you don't understand what to do next, you can just type in the problem that you're having, and it will give you a reply even within 24 hours. That's what the NAPAMs e-platform does for you.
The NAPAMs platform of the agency has the bespoke sections for the registration of regulated products in the MSME sector.
There are three basic steps towards product registration. Number one, the client visits the NAFDAC site, and for clients who are MSMEs, they have to indicate that they are MSMEs, and there's a provision for them in the form, because that creates a special pathway for them, and all the benefits and palliatives that are available are accruable to them on that line. Number two, we have the purchase of forms. After creating the profile, the client can now purchase a form and begin the product registration. And of course, he will also be able to monitor his approval and get approval for the product once the product is approved.
NAFDAC Automated Product Administration and Monitoring System, NAPAMS, is of enormous benefits, both to the agency and its stakeholders.
We've been able to register more products through the electronic process end to end. We've had less distractions from our clients and complainants, because they can now have access to us. They can call us on phone, they can send their emails, and we respond to those processes, and together it has made our work to be a whole lot better. Now applications are moving from the top management, the DG and all her directors are able to see application processes at various levels, and they're able to know what is going on regarding any application.
We've already gotten to that point where once the process is concluded and approval is granted, the applicant has the option to print a certificate in the comforts of their office, and then if you need the hard copy certificate, we can still produce that. So it's fully automated all the way from the beginning to the end.
We'll go on a short break now. Don't go away.
Come inside, oh. Tayo. Abeg, come sit down. Sit down.
Wait, Mama Junior and Junior now. Mama the mama.
Junior, quick. Come go buy alcohol for your uncle for Auntie Caro shop.
No. Go sit down, Junior. No, now, bros. What do you want to do so? You don't know, say, if you send Junior to go buy alcohol like this, small time now, AI go begin enter am. Himself go want to drink alcohol for this in small pikin age. Ha! Bros, abeg, give me the money. Make I go buy am by myself.
I been no know.
Wait, I tell you before.
NAFDAC talk say alcohol na no for pikin wey never reach 18 years.
I no go send out that kind of message again.
Yes, so my people. Na me, you, parents, guardians, marketers, and even retailers sef suppose stop small pikin dem make they no dey drink alcohol for this week community o. Join us today. Now, Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria, NAFDAC, and Federal Ministry of Health bring una this message.
Welcome back. You're watching NAFDAC and your health. Beyond registration, obtaining licenses or permits for importation of products such as chemicals has also gone electronic, allowing not just undisrupted business activities for those in the chemical business due to the pandemic, but provides for more transparency, convenience, and speed.
You have to go to the government trade portal. That's where NAFDAC and other government agencies are. And the website is www.trade.gov.ng/NAFDAC. When you go there, you have to sign in with your TIN number. That's your tax identification number. That's the username for whoever that is an applicant you want to process, permit, or import chemicals. And of course, put your password. And once you sign in, the portal opens on to you and you click as a new applicant. But of course, since you're using your TIN number, the portal already populates the information about the company, because your name, which is attached to your TIN number, will automatically go into the application form under the header where you have the name of the company. Then you have where you have the categories of chemicals that you want to import. There are different categories. So you click on it, then you fill out all the different icons that will come up. And there's also a provision for attachment where you attach all the documents that is required. Maybe for chemicals now you have to attach the material safety data sheet. You have to also attach the details of your technical person, because there must be a technical personnel, your technical officer. And if it's a chemical that requires further information, like what are you using it to make a registered product, you might need to upload details like of the products that you registered with NAFDAC. The first time might take a little time, but once it comes to the point of renewal of the permit, because your permit you have to renew every year, the information is already there. You don't need to submit the documents again. So you find out that the renewal process is a very, very fast process.
About 70% of drugs used in Nigeria is still being imported. This had in time past given rise to the importation of fake and substandard medicines in the country. To stem this tide, the agency has also stepped up its processes by infusing technology in order to monitor the importation of drugs and other regulated products.
We had a situation where people will go and fake CRIA certificates. But with the new system in place, of course, the certificate that they are going to bring will be in our hand before they bring the one that is with them. And they are going to upload it electronically. As they are uploading it electronically, our system will tell us if it is the original or not. And apart from that, it has also increased the quality of regulated product that is coming from China and from India.
NAFDAC has digitized all their licenses. When I mean licenses, we have certificates, we have approvals, we have permits, and authorizations that are for the importation of products from countries outside Nigeria. And this is a great feat that NAFDAC has done, and extended it to the extent that we have it now integrated on the Central Bank of Nigeria Form M platform. This makes it possible for the banks, authorized dealer banks, and the CBN to authenticate our licenses that we issue to clients to import products. unlike in the past where clients, many unscrupulous clients, just doctor documents, doctors' certificates, and present to the banks, and they're not able to authenticate those documents. But now, when you apply for your permits or your approvals or your licenses, you are issued a system-generated approval reference number or a permit reference number, which is what you just impute at the FOMEM level at the Central Bank of Nigeria through the authorized dealer banks. So unlike before where you attach physical scanned documents, you just impute the code and the system validates and authenticates that that document belongs to you and is what you should use to bring in that product, whether it's food, drug, chemicals, cosmetics, medical devices, and other regulated products that NAFDAC is involved in. We also have gone a step further to ensure that the clearing of goods, when they arrive at the nation's ports, are done electronically. All you need to do is just go to the website, which is ports.nafdac.gov.ng, and you just attach your documents, impute your details, just make your comments, and your request will be processed from payments down to when you have to get a release. And we have also gone further to ensure that importers, the Nigerian Customs Service, and stakeholders are able to verify that a product has gotten released from NAFDAC by the issuance of a release notice. The release notice is issued to clients once they have finished the process of clearing, and that release notice can be verified by using a QR code that is on the release notice or a link that we ask you to visit, and then you are able to verify that document. So if you are an importer and your clearing agent or your broker or your third-party agent submits or gives you a release notice, you can personally verify that release notice is actually generated from NAFDAC. And so we have done that, and so you don't need to come to any NAFDAC office, you don't need to stay and stand in front of somebody and interact with the person for you to clear a product. You can't do that without necessarily coming to NAFDAC for any input.
With the identification of a software that we use online to track the shipments of consignments that were destined for Nigeria. And through this tracking, we're able to monitor the movement of those containers. And when we realized that even the importers had gained information that we were monitoring them, we're able to see how they went about transloading those containers on the IC from ship to ship in order to change the identifying vessel that should bring the container into Nigeria. And through this, we're able to trace those containers from Mumbai in India to Singapore to Cotonou in Benin Republic, and we're able to intercept some of such containers.
On the home front, the advent of the coronavirus gave rise to many herbal medicine practitioners who claim cure for the virus as well as other diseases. NAFDAC has also put in place electronic framework that allows these sectors present their products for regulatory oversight and approvals.
Herbal products are regarded as medicines for regulatory purposes because of the importance of these products to the consumer. And so the agency has stipulated guidelines, just like we have guidelines for other medicines and drug products. When an applicant or a client or a marketing authorization holder wants to register a herbal product, he visits NAPAM's website and applies to register his product. On the NAPAM's website, he will have to indicate that his product is a new product, and he will have to click that it is a herbal or nutraceutical product. Once he does that,
the system will guide him through the pathway for registration of herbal medicines.
To start the registration process, one must go online to www.registration.nafdac.gov.ng.
The client logs in to NAPAMS, and if he's a new applicant, he clicks on New. The system will require him to upload his account details and create a profile as a client on the database. If he's a returning applicant, the system will also allow him to click as a returning client, and he will just log in straight to his page. On the client page, we have a navigation with several boxes with options, the dashboard, the company profile, which has already been created, and then all the other boxes that are available there. Once the client is ready to register his product, he clicks on the application form icon, and the system opens for him to initiate his product registration. Once he clicks on registration, the NAPAMS will ask him, what is your application type? Are you doing data capture? Are you doing new product registration? The client clicks on new product registration. When he clicks on that, the system drops another set of products for him to select. The client selects herbal and nutraceuticals. Subsequently, the system will lead the client to other forms and boxes which have to be completed before payment is made. The client is requested to make payment via remitter. Once payment is made, the system will generate the form, the completed registration form, with all the details for the client to see and be sure that the information he has uploaded is correct. He will now be required to submit the form. After that, the client, because of the nature of herbal products, is required to proceed to provide information about the product under the following subheadings. Number 1, product details. Number 2, manufacturer's details. Number 3, product-specific documents with all the attachments. And then he's supposed to articulate this together and send an email to drugherbalregistration@nafdac.gov.ng. Once the application is received, the applicant is notified by mail that his application has been received. NAFDAC will now process the application, and if there are compliance directives or there are any issues that need clarification, the system will generate emails and send to the client throughout the lifetime of the registration process. And once the product is approved, the client will be notified by email, and the certificate will be issued and sent to the client by email.
NAFDAC enjoins all Nigerians to follow all safety guidelines as enumerated by the NCDC. Wash your hands regularly. Wear a face mask when you're in public places. Use only NAFDAC certified alcohol-based hand sanitizers. COVID-19 is real. Please stay safe. This is where we wrap it all up on today's edition of the program, NAFDAC and Your Health. Join us again next week, same time, same station, as we bring you another insightful edition. Remember, safeguarding the health of the nation is our collective responsibility. So report fake and unwholesome food and drugs and activities that create them in your area. You may have questions, comments, and inquiries. We'd like to hear from you. You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email, reforms@nafdac.gov.ng, or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded. Till next week, stay safe.